أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and welcome to the Islamic Medical Association of South Africa's Health Matters Comprehensive Chat, coming to you live this week once again from beautiful Mother City, Cape Town. My name is Najwa Mohammed Ladi, and once again this evening we've got a very interesting topic that we're going to discuss and engage. There's a dietitian in studio, but before I introduce my guest, let me tell you what's our topic for tonight, inshallah. We'll be discussing World Health Day, inshallah. As I said, we do have an a member live in studio, but we will be discussing and introducing her a little bit later, inshallah. Let's start off with the tarbiyah of tonight's program, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The Noble Quran refers extensively to eating in moderation. And eat and drink, but waste not in extravagance. Certainly, He, Allah, likes not those who waste in extravagance. That's chapter 7, verse 31. But the Quran goes even further in that, where we are advised to have a balanced diet. Reference is made to all types of food. As far as grains and fruits and vegetables are concerned, the following verse is informative. We bring forth thick clustered grain, and out of the date palm and his spat, some cluster of dates hanging low and near, and gardens of grapes, olives, and pomegranates, each similar in kind, yet different in variety and taste. Look at their fruits when they begin to bear, and the ripeness thereof. Chapter 6, verse 99. Milk and meat from cattle are referred to as well, and verily in the cattle there is a lesson for you. We give you to drink of that which is in their bellies from between excretion and blood, pure milk, palatable to the drinkers. That's chapter 16, verse 66. And the cattle, He has created them for you, and them there is a warmth, that's clothing, and numerous benefits, and of them you eat. Chapter 16, verse 5. Poultry is referred to as follow, and the flesh of fowls that they desire. Chapter 56, verse 21. The permissibility of seafood is emphasized in, and from them both, fresh and salt water, you eat fresh, tender meat or fish. That is chapter 35, verse 12. Islam has clear guidelines as to the permissibility or the impermissibility of what we can consume. It is clear that the different food groups all have a role to play, as surely the Quran is the word of our Creator. We should have variety and quantities in moderation so that growth, strengthening, and repair of the human body is optimized. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Once again, the Quran is absolutely perfect, and it is the word of Almighty Allah, and He knows His creation. Shukran so much to our viewers for tuning to your channel 347. Right now I would like to inform our viewers about the activity that will be taking place on the 30th of April and the 1st of May. That is the 36th annual convention that will be taking place in the Mother City, Cape Town. We invite all healthcare professionals to join us for a 2-day CPD accredited conference with local and international speakers. This conference provides a platform for both academic and social interaction between healthcare professionals and their families. The context of our theme is to provide a basis for understanding human health and diseases in an all-inclusive, all-essential approach. The program will cater for all healthcare professionals, including dentists, pharmacists, healthcare professionals, and the health science students. This is a family conference, so the spouse and the children are most welcome to attend, because there will also be a program conducted for them. Please join us for a weekend of education, motivation, rejuvenation with high caliber speakers, the breathtaking view of Table Mountain and its suburbs, beachfront accommodation for the entire family to enjoy. Please make contact with our office manager, Sister Tohida, at our Cape Town office on 021 762 1414. That is 021 762 1414. Alhamdulillah, well, all the formalities are out of the way, and now I can introduce my special guest. She is an IMA member, she's a dietitian, and her name is Salama Solomon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sister Salama.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Shukran so much. We're very, very well, alhamdulillah. Shukran so much for being here. Very interesting topic that we're going to have. We're going to talk about World Health Day, but we're really basically going to concentrate on our eating habits, what is allowed, what is not allowed, you know, how to prevent getting overweight and all those things, because Sister Salama is a dietitian and she will tell us much more about what is good for us, inshallah. Sister Salama, maybe you should just give our viewers a little introduction who this dynamic lady is, inshallah.
Okay, I don't really like speaking about myself, so I'll give a brief summary.
Ameen, inshallah.
So I'm a dietitian. I practice in private practice as well as in the public sector. So I work at Tygerberg Hospital as well.
And you're full-time there?
Yes.
Full-time there, okay. And you are qualified because you look extremely, extremely young, mashallah.
Yes, I get that a lot. People usually underestimate my age by 10 years.
Okay, because it must be, being a dietitian, you know the secrets. You know what is good for us.
And we don't really keep it a secret, really.
Okay.
We do inform people.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So we'll be sharing that here this evening, inshallah. As Sister Salama said, she's a dietitian, and we're going to talk really about World Health Day and what is good and what is not good for us, inshallah. And as our viewers are aware, maybe here by the second segment, inshallah, we'll be opening our lines on 021 696 0109. That is 021 696 0109 for you to participate in our program. Anything you'd like to ask the dietitian, I'm sure, you know, she will be equipped, inshallah, to answer that question. Sister Salama, we've heard this saying so many times, you are what you eat. What exactly does that mean? Can you just break it down for us, inshallah?
So when we do say you are what you eat, it is literally that. Everything that you eat, everything that goes down the throat, your body uses and it uses it for body parts. So whatever you do put in, whether it's good or bad, your body is going to use those foods, break it down to nutrients, and if it's good quality foods, your body is going to be excelling and improving, and if it's bad quality foods, that will also affect your body in a bad way. So you will have bad performance in the body as well. That's where the diseases come in. And mostly it's the chronic diseases of lifestyle. So when people would like to know what that is, it's basically whatever you do that contribute in your lifestyle that contributes to a disease developing. And it becomes chronic because you're doing it over and over. So that would be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, so high fat in the blood, also type 2 diabetes, that also high sugar levels in the blood, and also it's heart diseases, so strokes and heart attacks as well. So that's a combination of chronic disease of lifestyle that's affected by what you eat. So the unhealthy foods are very high in salt, very high in sugars, and that's the refined sugars. So it's the with sugars, the foods has been changed, so it's different from its original form. High in calories, so small bite will have a lot of energy in there. So all of that contributes to your disease of lifestyle being, you know, increasing in the general public.
Shukran so much. As Allah Almighty so beautifully in the Quran says, you know, we must go the natural, you know, Allah basically tells us how to eat in the Quran.
In moderation.
In moderation as well. That is my dear mother's most famous word. She said anything but in moderation. So tonight we will be unpacking, you know, our lifestyle, because we're discussing World Health Day with Sister Salama Solomon, and the lines are open. We'll be first taking our first break, inshallah, then we'll open the lines on 02169600109 if you'd like to ask anything relating to our question, our topic of discussion here this evening. Sister Salama, you mentioned about a bad diet, you know, when you were talking. What exactly is a bad diet? Is it just all the nice things? Because we believe nice things are bad for us.
I wouldn't say it's bad. I would just say it's unhealthy.
Unhealthy.
So we wouldn't want to say food are bad or good.
Okay. Yes.
Foods are healthy if you eat it in the right proportions, right amounts. So
Yes.
the portion is very important, and that's the key thing that will differentiate between whether it will be healthy or unhealthy. And also the ingredients that goes into the foods. So when you say bad foods, I would say it's unhealthy foods.
Okay.
And that would be your takeaways. And if you look previously in the past, portions were smaller.
Yes.
Now today, our portions are much bigger, and there's a slide that I would like to include that shows how the portion sizes have increased, you know, over the years. They can just put it up. And so as you can see on the screen, this is a picture from the CDC. And so this is the new abnormal.
Okay.
Basically, it's become normal. That's the everyday life where people would like supersized portions. They would like to get more for what they're paying for, more for their money. And these companies, these fast food companies, know that.
Yeah.
So would have all these specials and, you know, kiddies meals also with all these
Yes.
toys. But as you can see, the portion sizes has increased without people noticing it, and that's also what contributed to, you know, these bad,
Yeah.
these diseases of lifestyle.
Of
that we have
lifestyle,
nowadays.
inshallah. Fantastic. I like that screen that we've just witnessed now, you know, because that is really, as you said, you know, things are changing because the portions are increasing and the portions are bigger, and now sometimes we think we are paying less for a bigger meal. But inshallah, we will continue with that interesting topic, an interesting discussion just after our first break. But stay with us. We'll be back shortly, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and welcome back to Health Matters Comprehensive Chat, coming to you live from Cape Town. We're discussing World Health Day with Sister Salama Solomon. She's a dietitian, and the lines are open on 0216960109. Anything relating to the diet, healthy eating that you would like to pose to the sister, she will be most welcome for you to contact us here, inshallah. Before we took our break, you know, I asked her basically the question, you are what you eat, and she explained to us really, you know, what it really means. And there was also a slide on to say how the portions have really increased, and that is not always a good thing, inshallah. But Sister Salama, I also just want to ask you, we've noticed there's a growing concern, you know, in terms of obesity. It's almost like an epidemic. Can you explain to us really why is that happening?
Okay, so over the years, usually it was undernutrition or malnutrition and we're seeing a lot where there's starvation, and
Yes.
those thin babies are coming in, individuals are very skinny, and that was, you know, a big concern all over the world. And now it's more emerging that obesity is more of a concern because they are sort of tipping the scales now.
Yeah.
They are rising, and it's also due to the slide that I mentioned previously, the portion sizes increasing. And I don't want to bore the viewers with statistics and figures, but just for those that are interested,
Of course.
the cases that have increased over the years of those individuals that are obese, it has reached 641 million individuals that are obese in the year 2014 alone. So, and that is increasing daily by thousands because of the portion sizes increasing, and it's acceptable because that is what people want. Also, the lifestyle are changing. It's fast-paced.
Yeah.
There's no time to really, you know, make healthy meals.
That's
the
right.
quickest thing is the takeaways.
Yeah, on your way
Convenient.
home, you pop in.
The lifestyle, both parents are working.
Right.
There's no time for, you know, the mothers.
Yeah.
You just come home and then you have to make food.
That's right.
If you're really feeling tired, okay, the quickest option is takeaways, and it's also just a call away, free delivery. So that has definitely contributed to the epidemic that we're having and facing today, and it's a big battle Excuse the pun there, big battle, but it
That's
is a
right.
big battle.
Yes, no, absolutely. The lines are open to our viewers, so you are most welcome to be part of this program, 0216960109. We do have a dietitian live in studio that will give you great advice, because as you also mentioned, obesity and overweight has really spiked over the last decade also, and you've mentioned staggering figures, you know, in terms of obesity. But talking about a BMI, there's a caller. Let us quickly just take that caller, inshallah. Let us go to the lines. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the program. Hello.
Hello. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam. Please pose your question.
All right. My name is Iqbal. I wanted to know if a person has moderate kidney failure or renal failure, and the doctor says the potassium is very high. So what diet should that patient be on? Moderate kidney failure with high potassium.
Okay, would you like the dietitian will try her best to answer.
Inshallah.
You can listen on the television.
I'll listen on the...
Thank you very
right,
much,
thank
my
you.
dear, for the question.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sister?
Okay, so with kidney disease, that you also have to be very careful with your diet,
Right.
because everything you eat goes into your blood system, and all your blood goes through to the kidney.
Okay.
So if you're having a bit of a kidney problem, you have
Yeah.
to watch your diet. And if potassium is the problem, so it's accumulating in the body, so it's not being excreted as it should because of the kidney having a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
So your diet has to be low in potassium as well.
Okay.
So it's mostly your vegetables that you have to watch out for, certain vegetables, potato, you know, those type of high starchy vegetables. And the easiest way, the quickest way that I can explain it is when you do cook the vegetables, so cutting it up into small blocks, because basically you need to get some of that potassium out of those vegetables.
Out of the veggie.
Yes, so
okay.
you're going to have to cut it into small blocks, soak it
Yeah.
in water, leave it for a while, soak it again if you have to, and then cook it. When you cook it, throw away that water you cooked it with. So that is kind of leaking out all those,
Okay.
you know, that excess potassium that's in there. So when you do eat it, it's lower in potassium. So that will help. And what is very important, to also consult a professional, health professional. So if you need to see a doctor, you need to see a dietitian, because you need personalized consultation.
Okay.
So just to see what else in the diet you need to look at. So yeah, I'm just giving, you know, the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for kidney problems, you have to, you know, see
Be
a
very
dietitian.
careful
Yes,
also,
you have
yeah.
to-
Very important also to maybe make an appointment with a dietitian.
Yes, because I don't know his history, what else.
That's
is he going
right.
for dialysis? So I don't want
Yes.
to give, you know, any information that's
Yeah.
that's just the tip of the iceberg. But
Yeah.
it's very important to go further for an assessment,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
that we can really help.
Yeah. So a patient like that can basically live a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, no, definitely.
All right.
Anybody can live a healthy lifestyle. It's just the more educated you are about your diet, the healthier you can definitely be. And not just the diet, you know, general lifestyle changes that you need to make.
Exercise is important as well.
Yes.
Water as well for somebody with kidney
Depending on the
problem?
condition, because you
Okay.
get different, you know, each kidney patient is different.
Different.
So that's why a personalized assessment or one-on-one, just to see what else
Okay.
you can
All right.
do.
Shukran so much, Sister Salama. The lines are open, 0216960109. Please be part of this. We're discussing World Health Day. Really depending on your diet, you know, what is good for us, what is not good for us. Obviously, we need to all live a healthy and balanced lifestyle. But the dietitian is live in studio to answer your calls at the best of her ability, inshallah. Sister, we also, we hear the term a lot, the BMI of your body, the body mass index. And I've also read up when it's 30 or greater, that means you're actually going into the obese side. You know, of the BMI. What is the normal kind of BMI for the average BMI, I would say?
Okay, so generally, if you're looking at male and female combined, so the normal BMI would be, to give it a rough, it would say 20 to 24.9, but it also can be above 18.5.
Okay.
So above 18.5 is still classified as normal. Below 18.5, that's underweight.
Okay.
But the general for male
Yeah.
and female is between 20 and 24.9.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. I've also noticed that you get some people that can eat the entire day and night and they don't gain any weight. And then obviously you get the opposite person that hardly eats, they just pick up weight all the time. How does this actually happen?
Okay, so with the individual that eats all the time compared to the individual that hardly eats,
That's right.
you also need to look at what else they're doing.
Okay.
So the diet is, a big thing, but it's a difference. Maybe that person that is not gaining any weight but eating a lot, they are very active.
Okay.
So being physically active burns calories. So they might be eating a lot, but their activity is balancing that out. So
Yes.
it's kind of cancelling it out. So then the weight gain doesn't happen, and they could possibly potentially have an overactive thyroid that could also
Okay.
possibly, cause weight loss.
Yes.
The amounts that they're eating is probably good amounts. The portion is controlled, but they're
Okay.
eating often, and that's also what we recommend.
Yes.
To have your meals, breakfast, lunch, and supper, and if you need to have snacks in between, so those are regular meals. So that's a healthy lifestyle that you're following. Now, for the person that hardly eats but gains weight,
Yeah.
they are possibly skipping meals, which is
Okay.
unhealthy, and we don't recommend that.
Right.
And the little that they are eating, that they say they are eating,
Yes.
it could be unhealthy foods,
Okay.
and it could be small, but because it's unhealthy, it's loaded with calories. So there's lots of ingredients in there that it's small in size, but the calories in there, it weighs a lot. It counts as a lot. Also, they could potentially have an underactive thyroid, which can also possibly cause weight gain as well, or you don't lose weight. Certain medications as well causes weight gain. So there's many things. It's not just you taking the person,
Yeah.
as you see them, they're eating
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
they're not gaining weight. You don't see what else they are doing.
Right.
So it's always having a balance. If you are eating a lot, athletes are very active. They
Yes.
need to get in a lot.
Yes.
So that's just the understanding that you need to have. What else is also going on?
That's right. So really, you need a complete assessment
Yes.
of a holistic approach,
Yes.
really, of yourself.
And looking what are you eating?
What are you eating?
Yes.
Yes, inshallah, we'll get there also too, in terms of what is good for us, what is a good breakfast. The dietitian is here and she will give us great advice, because if you look at her, as I said earlier, I think she knows the secret, and I'm sure it's not always about losing weight, it's also about being healthy.
Yes, that's the main goal.
Yeah,
At the end
yeah.
of the day,
Yeah.
always being healthy.
Right, right.
Because you can be your goal weight that you would have liked to achieve, but you might not be healthy at that weight that you are.
Sister, can your blood type also have an effect on your metabolism? Not
No.
really. Okay. So there's no
There's
blood
no studies
blood test. Okay.
That's connected to
That's
that.
connected to that. Okay, fine. 0216960109. That's the number to dial if you'd love to speak directly to our dietitian live in studio, Sister Salama Solomon. We're discussing World Health Day and really seeing what is good for us, what is good for our bodies, what is not so good for us, and how we can just have a basic general good balanced lifestyle and also be healthy, inshallah. That is what we're discussing here. Dietitians normally talk about a balanced diet, and I'm sure you've mentioned it also a couple of times, inshallah. Please explain to us exactly what is that. I'm sure it's going to be a lengthy discussion, but we need to know what is a balanced diet.
Okay, so the best.
Okay, can you just hold on there? We've got a caller holding. Let
Okay.
us go to the lines. Assalamu alaikum and good evening and welcome to the program.
Rahmatullah. How are you?
Good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Tell me, what do you think of the Benting diet? Could you please comment on the Benting diet?
Okay, fine. Thank you
Okay,
very
thank
much.
you.
She will
Jazakallah
answer,
khairan.
inshallah. Thank you. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, I knew this question was coming. It always comes
It
up.
always
It's quite
comes.
controversial.
Yeah.
Basically, what dietitians recommend is a balanced diet, and he
Okay.
called in just as we're speaking about this question.
Right.
So the Banting, it would be
Okay.
low carbohydrates, very low, extremely low, and high in fat, and that is kind of a bit of an imbalance, and we don't recommend it to a general public.
Okay.
So if someone would like to follow a Banting diet, they can come see us.
Yes.
We'll consult them on what they can do
Yeah.
at the individual.
So you call it a balanced diet.
Balanced
Okay.
diet. We also look at your condition. What would you like to achieve? What will be healthy for you? Not what would be ideal, what will be the best for you.
Okay. So Salama, we need to go for a quick ad break once again, inshallah. But stay with us to all our viewers. We'll be back shortly and we will be continuing that, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and welcome back to Health Matters Comprehensive Chat. My name is Najwa Muhammad Ladi and my guest is Sister Salama Solomon, and she's a dietitian. We're discussing World Health Day and really we're discussing, you know, what is good for us to eat in terms of our daily lifestyle. And before our break, you know, I was asking Sister Salama in terms of a balanced diet. So maybe you should just continue, you know, and informing us exactly what is a balanced diet.
Okay, so I have a slide that will show
Okay.
perfectly what is a balanced diet. So it's, we follow a healthy plate.
Okay.
So as you can see on the screen, it gives portion sizes. So that would be your plate for every meal. The portion sizes are directly, you know, telling you the biggest it is,
Yeah.
the healthier it is, the less calories there are in you, the more you can eat of that.
Okay.
The smaller it is, the higher it is in calories,
Yeah.
or nutrients,
Yeah.
and it will cause weight gain, and therefore it's a smaller size. So you can see it's starch on the left and it's protein on the right, and it's the starch is a quarter of the plate. The protein is a quarter of the plate, and then you get your non-starch vegetables. So that will exclude potato, sweet potato, corn, butternut, and peas, and then in the middle, that small circle, that's the fat. So this is a healthy, well-balanced diet. The non-starch vegetable portion of the plate, you can see there's two hands on the top right corner. So that is the portion of your non-starchy vegetables. So it's two open hands, meaning
And that
you can
is your
eat.
own hands.
Yes, so you
Okay.
can eat freely of your non-starchy vegetables because
Right.
it's very low in calories,
Right.
and you're getting your vitamins and minerals from that portion of the plate. And then if you look at the bottom half of the plate, it's the quarter which is starch. So those are the foods that are high in sugar. So it will be rice, all your cereals, anything made with flour, whether it's whole wheat or white flour, beans, peas, and lentils, so your legumes.
Right.
Those are all your starchy foods, so rich in sugars. So for diabetics, the only foods on this healthy plate that's going to affect their blood sugar levels are the starches. And you can see it's also in a healthy portion,
Right.
so it wouldn't increase their blood sugar levels too high.
Right.
And then the other quarter, which is your proteins, so that will be meat, chicken, fish, and eggs. So it's high in protein, and there's no sugar in there. So it's also high in energy. So the bottom of the plate, high in energy. The top half of the plate is low in calories, and then you get the fat, also a small size, very high in calories, and that's why it's the smallest. For the starch, it should be a fist size. So you can see in the left bottom. And for the protein, it should be the palm of your hand, so you can see the right bottom. And for the fats, it's a portion of your thumb.
Oh, wow.
And if you're going to have fruits, it's also going to be the size of your fist. And if you're going to have snacks in between this healthy plate, it's going to be a handful that will fit in your hand. And then the ones we didn't speak about is the tip of the thumb. And that is a portion size for if you're going to have butter on your bread or mayonnaise or added sugar to your tea. That's the tip of the finger or the thumb. So following these portions will help with getting in a balance of all your nutrients. So it's the three main nutrients: the starch, which is the blue, the protein, which is the red, and the fat, which is the yellow. And obviously when you have your proteins, meat, chicken, fish, and eggs, it's cutting off the excess fat, because you will be having fat in your diet as well.
Yeah.
And when we speak about fat, it would be the healthy fats. So fried foods, takeaways, those will be all the unhealthy fats, and the skin on the meat or the chicken, that will also be unhealthy fats. You need to take that out. So plant-based fats is also very good. Olives, nuts. If you're going to have peanut butter as well, those are all healthy fats. Canola oil, sunflower oil, so all plant-based oils are healthy. The only problem comes in when you're going to fry your foods in those oils. So the oils on its natural form, it's healthy. The heating process changes the oil, so it becomes unhealthy.
Okay, fantastic advice. Thank you so much. And the plate is very interesting, you know, that you just showed us now. So basically a balanced diet is not a crash diet.
No.
Okay.
Can never be.
It can never be a crash diet. I want to ask you a little bit, you know, as our program progresses, inshallah, about these crash diets, because often people are so desperate to lose weight, you know, and then it might not be good, or it might not be healthy. But to all our viewers, the lines are open 0216960109. If you'd love to speak directly to our dietitian in studio, we're discussing World Health Day and really what is good for our bodies. You know, as we know, the Quran, when I started off our tarbiyah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran that everything in moderation, all the grains and the natural foods are very good. Sister Salama, processed foods, I can say it's not good for us, but I'm not the dietitian. What do you say about processed foods?
Now, definitely everyone knows foods that are good for them and not good for them.
Not good for them.
So basically processed, from the word process, meaning the food in its natural form has gone through a process. So from where it comes from the factory to when it is in your plate, it's a different form. Or coming up from the ground and going to the factory, there's lots of changes that the food item has gone through. And through those changes, it loses a lot of its natural ingredients and its natural goodness, and most of the time that natural goodness is replaced with artificial ingredients that mimics the natural ingredients, but it's not the same. Because, you know, Allah knows the food that comes out from the ground. Allah knows what's in there. He created it. When man touches food, they take out all that goodness, and our limited knowledge of what we put back in, it can't be compared to the original form of the food. It can never be. And also I just wanted to mention the tarbiyah that you mentioned at the beginning. So everything in moderation. The grains is part of it, so it's on the plate. The proteins, the meat, the milk, so dairy is also important. And your vegetables and also the seafoods, that's part of the proteins. So those are all in combination. It makes you a healthy plate. So when you eat a healthy plate, you are following the Quran and Sunnah. And that is our goal in life to follow. So if we follow the prophetic medicine or whatever is written down for us, we can't go wrong there. You know, everything, including everything. And it's an order from Allah to eat in that way.
Our Creator created us, and you know what is good for His creation.
Because our bodies come from earth.
That's right.
And these foods come from earth. So it's what our body relates to.
That's right.
Once you start eating the processed foods, the body doesn't understand these nutrients, and that's where the cancers come out.
That's right.
And these diseases of lifestyle, because that food that's going in, your body is going to be using to make body parts. As you mentioned, you are what you eat. So if it's at a lesser quality or a lesser quality, it's going to affect your body. So you're kind of putting in made in China parts instead of the original parts. If that makes sense. So that's just what we need to keep in mind. Putting the original form of the food, because that's what your body needs, because your body is the original form. You need to put in the original parts, you know, back in. Because our bodies that we are today, it regenerates every day. Our skin cells fall off every 21 days, it renews. So we need to put in that we make sure that our body is always performing at its best.
Sister Salama, often we hear that a balanced diet, or to be healthy or eat healthy, is very expensive. What is your take on that?
It, in a way, for some people, if they're just looking at a very narrow or you know, small portion of what they think is healthy and it's more cheaper for them, I like to also just refer to the simple daily things that we eat. If you think about white bread and whole wheat bread, eating 2 slices of white bread, whatever you're going to put on there, it's going to be not that filling. You're going to eat it up quite quickly, and then you're going to make another 2 slices of bread. Compared to whole wheat bread, you need to eat 2 slices, then you're full.
Yeah.
Now the cost difference between them two, it's a few rands, but the health consequences in the future of eating, you know, healthy versus unhealthy,
Right.
it's in the thousands, eventually comes to the millions, you know, over our lifespan. But you need to put the quality things in, and you're going to be eating more of the white bread, finishing it, and then you need to buy again, compared to eating less of the whole wheat bread, even though it's a few rands more, but it lasts longer.
Yeah, yeah. So we must basically see it in that way. You know, you might be eating more of the white bread because it's a cheaper bread or more cost effective than buying the whole wheat, which might be a little bit more expensive. Great advice. Thank you so much. Shukran so much. The lines are open, 02169600109. Anything relating to diet or the lifestyle or eating healthy, the dietitian, she's live in studio and she will be most happy to answer your questions or anything that you would love to ask regarding World Health Day as well. Before we came on air, I asked her, what is this World Health Day all about? And you answered so beautifully. You said every day is World Health Day for us. And that is how we must take it. Every day is a new day, and we must really make the best of that day.
It's an investment you put into your body.
Absolutely.
You know, what you eat healthy now, in 10 years' time, it will still benefit you.
Yes.
What you eat unhealthy now, in 10 years' time, is not going to benefit you.
Inshallah. There's a caller holding Salama. Let us go to the lines. Assalamu alaikum and good evening.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, my dear. Please, you can go ahead.
Can I ask a question?
Please go ahead, sister. Yes, you may. Go ahead with your question. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
What I would like to know is, the lady's referring to non-starch vegetables. Can you give us an example of a few of such foods, please?
Okay, fine. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. She will definitely do that, my dear. Jazakallah, thank you very much for the question. There you go. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm glad they got back to that.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so non-starchy vegetables would be all vegetables that is not potato, sweet potato, butternut, corn, so that's any corn that you would eat, like sweet corn or those things, and green peas.
Okay, all right. Shukran so much, Sister Salama. We need to go for our last ad break, inshallah. But when we return, Sister Salama will then just briefly continue on that. Oh, there's a caller holding. We can't go for our ad break. Let us go to the lines. Assalamu alaikum and welcome.
Hello, alaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam. Please go ahead, sister.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to know something. What is very good for something for the feet, for diabetic feet, that's burning like fire?
Diabetic feet.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, my dear. I'm sure she will try her best to answer that. Shukran so much. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We need to go for our ad break, inshallah. When we return, we will try our best to answer the questions, inshallah. Stay with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, and welcome back to our last segment of tonight's program, Health Matters Comprehensive Chat. We have dietitian Sister Salama Solomon live in studio, and she's answering all your questions relating to diet and what is good to eat. Sister Salama, before we took our break, we had 2 callers that asked you a question. Would you like to just continue with the answers, inshallah?
Okay, so very important about the non-starchy vegetables.
Right.
Because it makes up a big portion of your plate, which is half.
That's right.
So, as I mentioned, it's all vegetables that are not starchy. So, starchy vegetables is potato, sweet potato, corn, butternut, and green peas. So, those are your vegetables that have high sugar content. So, it is part of the starch group, which was the blue quarter of the plate.
That's right.
So, non-starchy vegetables would be the usual that you make salad from lettuce, cucumber, tomato, onions, mushroom, cabbage, cauliflower. It's anything, spinach, that can fill up, you can have a combination. So color, variety of color is very good, because each vegetable has specific in high in certain vitamins and minerals. So if you have a variety and it's quite colorful, the half of your plate, you know you're getting in a full spectrum of all the vitamins and minerals that you need for the day. And vegetables is quite cheap compared to supplements that contain all of those.
That's right.
So another way of thinking that, eating healthy is expensive, it's not. Half of your plate is going to be vegetables, which is very cheap. And then the other quarter and a quarter are things, for example, meat. People say it's expensive, and it's only a quarter of your plate.
Okay.
And starch is not that expensive, and it's also a quarter of your plate. So if you look at the healthy plate, it's quite cheap and affordable.
Okay. And is there, we still need to answer the question where the lady phoned about the diabetic feet.
Yes.
All
So
right.
it's definitely when your feet is tingling or burning, in your hands as well, that's all signs and symptoms of very high blood sugar levels.
Okay.
So diabetic feet, that's not really a diet related thing that I can say. There's something you need to eat for that. The reason that you have it is because you've been eating, wrong. So your blood sugar levels has accumulated and it's escalated. So it's very important for all diabetics to really see a dietitian so you can know what is happening with your body. So that quarter of the plate, you need to know of the starch. What are those foods? So that you know, if you're eating now this amount of food is going to be increasing your blood sugar levels. If you eat a piece of chicken, it's not going to increase your blood sugar levels. So you need to know all that information. Once a diabetic has all the information, they can be very healthy. And they're only living with diabetes. They're not, it's not a life sentence. So diabetes, you can have it and also be very healthy if you know everything about your food that you're eating. And you won't get that knowledge, the correct knowledge from following the internet, because there's everything on there. People give their own personal perception of what works for them. And each person is different, so you can't really take off from the internet. You need to attend and see a health professional that will see you as a person and personalized assessment. And attached to that, not just seeing a dietitian, diabetics need to be seen by a podiatrist. So checking up on the feet before you get gout, before you get gangrene, the amputations, you need to, it's very important to avoid that. And then seeing also the optometrist. So there's a wide variety of health professionals that
you need to see.
Diabetic should be seen.
Yes and no answer to this. Can diseases of lifestyle be reversed?
That's also controversial.
Is that also controversial? Okay.
You can be healthy, and have a disease of lifestyle through following a healthy diet and changing your lifestyle, and then it won't be so severe. So if you follow a healthy lifestyle, you can manage your disease that you have. If you follow a healthy lifestyle and you don't have these diseases, you can avoid and prevent it. So prevention is always cheaper and better than the cure.
Sister Salama, jazakallah so much. It was so interesting. Such an honor to have you in studio, and I'm sure our viewers have also benefited from your great advice. Thank you so much. May Allah reward you, inshallah.
Shukran for having me.
It's only a great pleasure. Inshallah. It was really fun. Alhamdulillah. Well, to all our viewers, thank you very much for participating. May Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and keep you healthy and continue with that well-balanced life, inshallah. Next week, Johannesburg, inshallah, will be taking over. So I will be seeing you in about 2 weeks' time, inshallah. From myself, Najwa Muhammad Ladi, and my beautiful guest, Sister Salama Solomon, want to wish you a beautiful week ahead. Fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.